I got a call that my brother might be dead, just waiting. I am not op. Original post by you, overall Peach 4934 in R. True off my chest. Trigger warnings. Death. Drugs. Addiction. Less than. Mood spoilers. Sad. Heartbreaking. Less than. Op note: I know this is really upsetting. But sometimes it's nice to have people who can sympathize and unfortunately relate to your grief. If this is inappropriate or anything, let me know and I'll take it down and apologize. I got a call that my brother might be dead. Just waiting. September 2nd, 2022. This happens to thousands of people each year. I'm no different. My brother has struggled with opiate addiction most of his adult life. I just got a phone call that my brother was found in a hotel room in Buffalo, New York. 6:53 a.m. with a needle hanging out of his arm. He was working on a job site out there. All the information I got was, they found him with a needle hanging out of his arm. They are waiting for ambulances. The next update was, the police and ambulance are there but they're not letting anyone in the room. It doesn't sound good. I just had to call my mother and listen to her scream like a wounded animal. I can't breathe. My little brother is my best friend. And I always read the sub from my main account. I never thought I would have to post here. An NBSP. Update 5 hours later. Update. He died. My beautiful baby brother. He's gone. I knew it was bad when the police and the ambulance didn't leave to take him to the hospital. I just spoke with the Buffalo PD. Apparently security cameras see my brother going into his hotel room last night at 7 p.m. DoorDash delivered at 7:45 p.m. and my brother never came outside to get his food. He didn't want to die. He was struggling with an opiate addiction, and has been for about a decade. He was an amputee, lost his leg to an overdose in 2018. We thought he turned the corner. He moved out to be with me and got a job welding with my fiancé. He was at his job site in Buffalo. They found him when he didn't come out to the work truck this morning. Now we have to figure out how to get his body back home. Cremation seems like the only affordable method. I'm just beside myself. My poor mother. I have my brother's betta fish here. Chowder. And I've been just sitting and staring at the fish. Looking around my brother's room. He had just gone to the Van Gogh exhibit in Cincinnati. He had his VIP pass hanging up. My brother was so smart, funny, kind, and I will never see him again. He wasn't what you think about when you picture a drug addict. He was a wonderful human. Please people, educate your friends and loved ones about fentanyl. The police found some oxycodone pills on his body. They said the preliminary test was positive for fentanyl. I don't even know what else to say. This was the worst thing I've ever had to get off my chest. They are doing his autopsy later today. And then he should be cremated in the next few days. I told my mother I would drive his body back home. I brought him out here for the job, and I will bring him home. Hug your loved ones extra tight. Didn't mean to post in a separate comment. I'm just a mess RN. ETA, I'm just rereading my post. It's incoherent and repetitive. TBHIDK, why I went to Reddit. I just knew that my entire family is on Facebook. And I had nobody to talk to about my brother, B. I'm 6 months pregnant. I've been the glue holding my family together. My dad is an incoherent alcoholic who just asked me to drive B's truck up here when you bring the body back. And I want half the ashes. Like, excuse me? We just found B's body at 6:45 a.m. Didn't know he was dead until 9:12 a.m. Your first thought is what you could possibly gain from your son's estate? And demanding half of him? WTF is wrong with you? My half-sister ran straight to FB to play the grieving sister bit, which sent both my mother and my phone into chaos. We haven't even had a chance to notify the rest of the family. And E is making FB posts because she is the victim. pretty sure she didn't get that phone call at 6 a.m. I did. I'm the one who had to call the dispatch and beg for information. I am the one who had to do a telephone ID with the medical examiner, describing the matching tattoo we share. Amongst other things, I'm the one who has to explain to a 4-year-old what happened to his favorite uncle. I'm the one picking up the pieces of my mother. How dare half-sister run to Facebook before the police had even called me back yet to confirm he passed. IDKY I'm still typing. I just feel so alone. So incredibly sad. My brother was my best friend. I just feel sick. Op note. My heart absolutely breaks for this poor woman and her family. And my heart also goes out to them. Reminder I am not the original poster. All the strength to OOP and anyone who's struggling with drugs, loved ones being addicted. Please seek help, your life is valuable. Purple Heart. Oh, man. Poor OOP. It sounds like her sister and my middle sister are cut from the same cloth. They both have to be, the infant at every christening, the bride at every wedding, the corpse at every funeral. It's exhausting. I lost my mother to opioids. This month marks 5 years. Addiction is a horrible disease and it affects so many people and their families. It's just so sad. I hope OP and their family finds peace. RIP. This one. Oh, this one hurts. My brother is currently sober but struggles with addiction because his mental health is in a way where he doesn't remember the rock bottoms. I know one day I'm going to get the call that he's in jail again or worse, and I'm dreading it. I lost my little brother in November last year to his own hand. It's been hell. I'm pretty sure it broke one of my sisters. My mom got ignored by his dad at the funeral and she didn't get to speak or say anything. My whole family sat there stone-faced. We didn't want to fight at our brother's funeral, but I kept fantasizing about throwing my chair at his dad while the blowhard tried to convert people to Christianity at his only child's funeral. I wish OP relief and peace of mind. Grief is a process. It took me 2 weeks to be able to drive because I would break down crying and have to pull over. It takes time, but it does hurt less now. This is more like AR, worst of Redditor updates. I know some welders that do travel work. There are a lot of drugs on those jobs. A lot. As soon as she said what his job was, it made all kinds of sense. My beautiful sister who loved records and barbecue passed from liver failure at 39 in December 2017. She was a kind person who helped others, was a friend to those without friends, hired disabled people whenever she was in a position to do so. Grief is weird. People go off the deep end. They get identity from all the wrong things. They do competitive grieving. Sucks. 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 I feel for her. We lost my brother a few years ago to suicide. The hours we didn't have answers were the absolute worst hours of my life. My grandmother acted almost exactly like the dad. Called my sil to demand she give her something of his. Then tried to get his car from her. The car he was driving around in for 24 hours after having a mental break. I guess trying to decide what he was going to do. Absolutely heartbreaking. I have a little sister and I cannot imagine the world without her. Being an older sibling is a weird experience. Because my sister is her own person, and yet I can still vividly remember when my mother told me that she was pregnant, and when I woke up in the morning and received the news that she had been born. If I lost her, I lose the world. I can only offer my utmost sympathy to OOP. What a tragic update. Worst of Redditor updates. The Van Gogh exhibit was beautiful. It's kind of a very small detail in a horribly sad story. But I'm glad he did get to experience that trip while he was alive. We never know when our time ends. I lost my 15-year-old niece to fentanyl. Every time I read a story like this, I wish I didn't know how the oop felt. My cousin's second cousin died in late March this year. We think it was a drug overdose. I'm so sorry for everyone who loses loved ones prematurely to this epidemic of drugs. Pharmacist here. Counterfeit oxycodone. Well, counterfeit anything really, and even some real stuff like marijuana, is often laced with fentanyl. That is to make it stronger. Drug dealers do that to facilitate your addiction so you keep coming back. If you live, that is. Prescription drug abuse is bad enough. But buying stuff on the street is downright suicidal nowadays for that reason. My condolences to the family, as well as the co-workers who found him, the police officers who had to call in the dead body, and that poor hotel staff. So many victims. I'm so sorry. May he rest in eternal light and peace. This breaks my heart. I hate Facebook drama grievers. It's just more content for them. I am so heartbroken for Oop. I know exactly what she means by, he wasn't what you think about when you picture a drug addict. Someone very close to me was a heroin addict for years and is very luckily clean. For over a decade, he is amazingly smart, funny, caring, talented beyond belief. I didn't know him when he was an addict. And I know that he's not a fan of who he was back then. But I imagine he was still quite fun and charming. A dear family friend died from a heroin overdose. He got hooked on pain pills after an injury, and it escalated to heroin. He had been a firefighter, a father, a professional athlete, beaming white smile, brimming with positivity. I never would have expected that would happen to him. But addiction doesn't care who you are.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.